What's going on YouTube? Benable back with another video for you today, and we're going to be going over the meta currently in its current state. I've been noticing a lot of changes in stats. You guys probably have as well. Probably with this Lady Deathstrike and Scientist Supreme, of course. We're seeing like 7 million health, 400,000 damage, 200,000 armor, 90,000 focus, 80,000 resistance across the board, right? And it seems like we're only seeing it past characters, Mephisto and up. So Mephisto is currently the one that broke 10 million health. It's sort of like the straw that broke the camel's back. So sort of anything before that seems to start becoming phased out. When we look at a stats table, you can see it clear as day. Like let's look at this Scientist Supreme, for example. We have a 1 diamond Scientist Supreme, tier 18, level 100, 770, reworked character, sitting at 6.4 million health, 387,000 damage, 213,000 armor, 90,000 focus, 90,000 resistance. Now, when we move it over to a meta character before Ares, before Mephisto, we're going to see a little bit of a difference, right? We're going to see a 2 purple Kang right here, 3 diamond, a G19 level 100. Fails, absolutely fails in comparison to what that Scientist Supreme is, right? So it leads me to believe, like, are these old stats even going to be enough to handle the new stats? Because Scientist Supreme, if she's at 7 million health, she has double of what Kang has, and she's not even G19 yet. Double of whatever the damage Kang has. Double of whatever the armor is here. And I sort of wanted to turn your attention over to Apocalypse. Remember when Secret Defenders first came out, where a Miss Marvel hardlight, you had to punch through her, right? Like you had to ult, then you had to punch through her, but then sometimes she wouldn't die. But why was that? Was because Miss Marvel hardlight has a lot of armor. This is where we started to see the very, 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 very big spikes in armor. 163,000 armor. Now she will die at that gear tier, of course, to a 3 diamond APOC. But what about to these new stats? Like to these stats here? Is an APOC punch going to get through that? Absolutely not. I've seen this Silver Surfer here eat an APOC punch with 279,000 armor. That's like 140,000 more than what that Miss Marvel hardlight was designed to do in reducing that APOC punch. And Super Skrull's ultimate, even at 3 diamond, does about 4.5 million, maybe about 5 million damage. That's still not enough to kill a Silver Surfer that has safeguard and defense up. It really feels like they're just walling it. So we're going to go over here and look at a stats table for reference. We're going to be calculating at level 100 G19, 25 star tech 7775, striker blue 5. No diamonds. Calculate. Now when we go over here to health, let's see, calculate power. What do you guys notice? Do you guys notice a drop off here where Super Skrull, Black Knight, Leader, APOC? What is above all of them? Silver Surfer, Gore, Ultimus, Nimrod, Omega Sentinel, Lady Deathstrike, Thanos Endgame, Scientist Supreme, Ares, Gladiator, Sentinel, Odin, and Mephisto. What are all of those characters? All new. Now we want to turn your attention over here to the damage. What are we going to see again? Top 13 tunes here. Ultimus, Mephisto, Gladiator, Thanos Endgame, Gore, Scientist Supreme, Sentinel, Omega Sentinel, Lady Deathstrike, Ares, Nimrod, and Odin. We move over here to the armor. What is not passed again at past Miss Marvel Hardlight, like we were talking before, and a Penny Parker, all both new that didn't get the stat train. Lady Deathstrike, Ultimus, Fisto, Mega Sentinel, Nimrod, Surfer, Gladiator, Endgame Thanos, Scientist Supreme, Sentinel, Ares, and Odin. Now, it starts to get a little weird when we get over here to focus and resistance, but those aren't the main stats that we're focused on, right? What they're really trying to shut us out of are APOC punches. You see how an APOC punch will probably do maybe 6 mil, maybe 5 mil maxed out. And this is at 7/7, of course. People have diamonds on all of their characters. Might as well have. So Gore is sitting at 6 million health. Ultimus is at 6.4. Nimrod is at 6 million. 6.9, 6.9, 7 million. What I'm trying to get at here is that they're creating characters to be able to withstand an old meta that you all invested diamonds into in a leaderboard in hopes that they would have viability for the future, but they're ending up making new characters to throw in your way to just devalue that and then make you invest in something else. It's really weird to see because, like, I just don't really like the direction of it, right? So if we're seeing that, what are we gonna see when we see like an Agatha Harkness recently data mined, right? Or a Moon Knight that was recently data mined by Quick Draw? Like, what are these stats going to be? I'll answer that for you right now without even knowing it in advance. They're going to be what mirrors on here. Why? Because it is the new meta that is going to be taking over all of the old meta's stats. It's really weird to think of it that way, but I don't see anybody breaking under Super Scroll here as far as new rework is involved. New character, old rework. It's polarizing, really, because you see the numbers, right? You see these damage numbers. They just absolutely eclipse right here at 300k and go higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. And guess who's not in here? Your DD6 winner, your DD5 winner, your DD4 winner, your DD3 winner. Everything before Mephisto is starting to become null and void. And I just hope that Scopely sees this and addresses one thing. A character that we still do not have that goes by the name. Let's see, where are you? Ah, there you are. Over here at 55, Captain Britain. Captain Britain and the Illuminati didn't get to ride that train, but we still don't have Captain Britain. Are these new stats just going to eclipse a Captain Britain that we're waiting to unlock anyway? I absolutely digress on that because these stats do not feel like they can withstand what the new teams are bringing. Like, I don't even believe a Captain Britain would stand up to an Annihilator team. Sure, people are going to talk about kits. Sure, people are going to be like, well, he's a really kit-based character, you know, he's gonna cover up in that aspect. But what about when they release a character of his equivalent value with better stats just to make him null and void anyway? It's just something to consider. Because when we look at these stats, all we see is a brand new game with all characters that they're deciding to take up on this train of practically a double stat jump. You see like 4 million health, that becomes 8 million health. You see 150k damage, that becomes 300,000 damage. You see 150,000 armor, that becomes 300,000 armor, just to create that gap that we're all looking for. I'm not necessarily sure. If you guys have any comments on this video, please be sure to leave it in the comment section below. We do this live on Twitch, so be sure to come and check it out. The link for that will be in the description. I really want to know your guys' take on this. I am very excited to know what Moon Knight's going to be bringing to the table. All things considered with the new stats, of course. It's going to be absolutely polarizing. So until the next time, everybody, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch all of you guys in the next one.